Yo, stream.
We're back.
Oh my gosh. Now, if you were watching last weekend, you know how focused I was after a Falcons win on this week. This is all I cared about today. Beating the Bills overseas, a top AFC team, seeing if our offense would bounce back from how it's been playing in the past few weeks. And this game was a roller coaster of emotions, more than any of the previous 4 games we've had this season. Heart finally just stopped beating.
Whoa, you okay?
I'm good. I mean, we had a little Discord funniness, but the game was crazy. Like our defense was holding it down.
Bro, our defense played lights out. Aside from at the end when
they played lights out when they needed to. But the offense tried to give the game away so many times, which was part of the roller coaster ride, because it's like offense that looked good in the first half. We're moving the ball down the field, and then we get into that pesky red zone that the Jags have been struggling with for a couple of years now. With 2 turnovers because our offensive line can't stop a toddler, and Trevor loses the ball twice. So it's like, oh my gosh, we're giving the ball to Josh Allen again. And what does our defense do? The defense just keeps stopping them. And the only way the Bills were able to respond against us is when we scored, which is fine with me. But it got super sweaty in the fourth quarter when we thought the game was put away with Etienne's long touchdown run, which was similar to week 1 against the Colts when he put it away. But that was actually putting it away, putting us up by 10. This one, it's like, oh, the Bills have Josh Allen. And they went down and scored in 4 plays. So we were sweating. Onside kick. We had to recover it. And what happens? We get the first down. No, what happened at the end of the game?
Oh, no, we were
one in the first down, we scored a touchdown.
No. After the they fumbled.
Yeah,
they fumbled.
They the pond.
Yeah, they tried to because they had no timeout, so they caught the ball and they tried to fumble it back.
I want to say this.
Toss it back.
We're everyone here is sauced. We started at 9 a.m. and we've been drinking since, and it's kind of weird to be blacked when the 1 p.m. games start.
Blacked. Y'all blacked? I ain't blacked.
There's a lot of there's so many things to talk about with this game, and I was gonna make a poll for what was the best play of the game, and I think tons of clutch plays on defense. But there was one player in particular that we saw from, if you listen to our podcast, we have a him throw of the week. Last week, Justin Herbert they pretty much the same situation. They wanted to just put the game away, and instead of just running the ball and icing the clock, Herbert just took a deep shot to Palmer.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Trevor did in this game to Ridley, who had a great game.
Really had a great game.
But
finally had a him game. He had 7 receptions, 122 yards.
Oh my gosh.
No tutties, but all of Ridley's catches seemed like they were
huge moments.
They were huge moments in the game.
But this moment in the game right here, when it was 3rd and 4, up 18-13. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was
unbelievable. I'm so glad that Ridley finally came out this game. It was so nice to see. He was so clutch on 3rd down, 2nd and longs. Trevor was so good on 3rd down, 2nd longs. The offensive tackles kind of let Trevor down a couple times with their strip fumbles.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at chat real quick. A lot of y'all are excited.
Even though that this has happened every game, the defensive line is getting to Trevor. But the thing about this game specifically is that Trevor kept fumbling the ball. The first one, it was blindside and he hit it out of his hand. That one, forgivable. The second one wasn't, because he could have held on to that, but he was getting spun around and folded like a pretzel every time he got sacked. But there were 2 drives specifically when he did get sacked, fumbled, and we left points on the board. So this game didn't need to come down to what it came down to at the end of the game with Josh Allen scoring in 4 plays on us. It wouldn't have mattered had we done something with the drives when we were in the red zone, which we need to work on that shit. We need to work on that.
I was just to share some good tweets while you're talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can acknowledge them. Trevor Lawrence versus Justin Herbert and Josh Allen, 4-0.
Yeah,
I did mention that.
You did mention that on the stream earlier.
0-3 versus Mahomes, which needs to be worked on. But versus Justin Herbert and Josh Allen, that's pretty good.
The thing that's happened every game though is that's glaring is we need
O-line.
Walker Little got hurt this game. Cam Robinson got hurt this game, and Cam Robinson's injury didn't look good. It was his hand, and it didn't look like he could move it much. Walker Little was out for the rest of the game, so we have to see what happens with that. We already have a ton of offensive line injuries, and we got Cam Robinson back. We thought that was going to be effective, and he was getting beat damn near every play by Epineza. I don't even know his name. I've heard of his
Empanada.
I've heard of his name before. Espinoza, Empanada. I don't know, but he was all over the field beating Cam Robinson.
We have a
every
hater.
play.
Matt Cozart. Shut up, y'all know nothing.
Matt Cozart, okay.
Okay, here we go. Epinesa clubbed T-Law in the head at least 3 times and was never flagged. Yes, but Josh Allen, and here I pulled it up here. Josh Allen gets a sack on Josh Allen. And where is he going to sack him where the ref would not throw a flag here? Let me pull it up real quick. This was like such a good moment. 1st and 10. No, I think that's short. But like, what are you supposed to do here? Oops. But this is so weak. What is Josh Allen supposed to do here?
Yeah.
He literally both of them threw flags. 2 flags.
Yeah.
How? Referees were on one this game.
Yeah, there was 20 plus penalties this entire game.
They should do a jersey swap at the end.
It slowed down the game. It made it not fun. It killed a bunch of drives.
It brought people into the Kurt Warner and Rich Eisen were heavy on the Bills. You could tell.
Yeah, Rich Eisen was deep throating the Bills this game, but this game, it felt like this game was 4 hours long.
Oh my God.
I think last week we didn't even get to go up to red zone last week.
No, we started at like 12:30.
But this game had everything. Had absolutely everything.
Yeah. Boring like 3 quarters. I mean, the refs played a part, but it was like boring 3 quarters, but the 4th quarter was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, look, 7 minutes left. No, sorry, 4 minutes left. It's 7-18. It ends 25-20.
Right.
Yeah, the 4th quarter was crazy.
There was literally no other way to make that play, and I don't think it's fair to call helmet to helmet when the quarterback is bracing for impact and puts his head down, which is just a natural football movement. Like, you're about to get sacked, you know this, so you have to brace for the tackle. So his head's going down, and Josh Allen's making the sack, so obviously his head's already low. So of course they're going to come helmet to helmet, and then Josh Allen's on the floor and calling for the penalty, and it's like there's nothing you can do there. But I guess if that's the rule, helmet to helmet, then you have to call a penalty. But I'm just glad the Jags were able to pull it out, especially with that ETN run. Like, ETN is good for this. Like, this is what he did in the Colts game.
Yeah.
And
he's a closer, right? We called him a closer.
Yeah, he is a closer. It's just disgusting all game because for some reason the Jags love the draw up the middle. That's one of our favorite plays lately. But he was able to break this one out. Micah Hyde, he was all over the field today, but he had some plays where he got burned. A lot of them on that run there with ETN. And I thought the game was over after ETN scored that touchdown.
Yeah, they made us sweat big time. Like, that's such a good touchdown.
Just slippery getting out of there.
Anyone have favorite plays that we haven't mentioned? I know you said that pick by Darius Williams.
Yeah, that pick was clutch.
I think it was just a big momentum, like just more so momentum than anything, not necessarily a big play for the game's sake. Because if he doesn't catch that ball, they're probably going to punt and not get as good of a spot on the punt. But just momentum shift.
Jags Twitter is always like the Jaguars official Twitter account is always so good when we win. And I guess it's DJ Khaled.
They don't want to see us.
They don't want to see us win. So good.
They literally didn't. But
I'm sure the timeline is fantastic.
That is something that we didn't mention yet.
Did you see this character?
I did not.
What the?
That's wild.
That's like borderline furry stuff right there.
Let me see when that was.
I'm gonna put up another poll. Who won the game for the Jags? We got Travis Etienne. I said Trevor. Travis Etienne, Trevor Lawrence, the defense, which was lights out, and the referees, which the referees were so bad and so like power tripping on both sides that I don't think you can say them, but I'm not going to sway.
Right.
I'm going to try to sway the vote.
Yeah. So one huge play that we were talking about. It was 11-7, and the Bills have the ball. It's 3rd and 15. Josh Allen's chucking it up deep. So anytime this usually happens, no matter who's playing a quarterback, when I see a quarterback throw a deep ball against us, I think automatically that they're gonna complete it.
I mean, he had room on Darius Williams. Darius caught up to him and just stole a 50-50 ball.
So normally, if you guys see Diggs on the sideline, he's kind of a hothead every game.
Yeah, he broke a tablet this game.
He's good for that, and like yelling at Josh Allen, and then Josh Allen's face is kind of just like neutral. I feel like he is intimidated by Diggs a little bit, but you would 9 times out of 10 you would think Diggs is taking that ball from the cornerback / safety, but it was a huge play in the game just because we had turned the ball over twice already. It was 11-7. Bills are driving down the field. They throw it deep, and we've seen deep plays be converted already. It's 4th quarter, and Darius Williams just rips it out of his hands, and the Jags go and score in the next possession. So that was a pivotal turnover in the game, and we needed it because although the Jags were getting stops on defense, we weren't really getting turnovers like they were getting all the turnovers. So
the pass rush wasn't there this game.
Where has it been?
It's every other game.
Yeah, it's every other 2 games. I feel like Josh Allen had 3 sacks against the Colts, then none, 3 sacks. He got 1 that was taken from him against this game, so we'll count it as 0. He's gonna get 0 against the Colts, and he's gonna have 3 against New Orleans.
My fantasy players are currently scoring on Alex's fantasy team right now.
Who was that?
Jalen Waddle.
Waddle. It's his first touchdown of the year.
Does a bye week count? Because looking at the schedule a little bit ahead, that means 3-sack game coming against San Fran.
But
that'd be crazy.
Trevor, 1.5 tutties was a lock. Was a lock. He had 1. Was a lock. I did not believe that.
Where'd the touchdowns come from, though?
ETN.
This man who looks like he owns the. Look at that. That's insane stat line.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had 2 touchdowns. I thought one of them was a 2-point conversion.
He had that one little flick where he flicked in on the off. Yeah.
Oh, right. Ooh. So let me look up his fantasy score because that's crazy.
I tried to trade for.
Don't tell me you have him.
I don't.
Oh.
I tried to trade for ETN.
What do you get?
25.
Oh, you can tell just by looking at it. You don't know how many receptions he has, though.
That's at least 32.
32. I think Diegelberg has him, who's leading the league.
Here we go. How many points did ETN score? 36.
Yeah.
Holy moly. Hey, if you're an ETN owner.
Whoa.
Sorry. If you're let's see what chat's saying. Let's use crying come January, buddy. Go cry with your. Okay, so we got some Bills fans in here, and we got some Jags fans that are kicking them out because they're coming in screaming refs. But if
refs,
you watched the game,
we had penalties called on us all day too.
Yeah,
it was pretty even. It was like 10 penalties here, 10 penalties there. It felt like every other play there was a penalty, and they were all valid. Touchdown Falcons.
Let's go. Falcons are up.
Listen, Jags fans.
7-3.
I've been saying since our last podcast last week, Vegas, they're onto this shit. I called Falcons win. I know it's only 7-3, but I'm telling y'all, they want you to think, they want you to play the hot hand. I'm done, man. Y'all have to tune into Dunn and Drew, man. I'll go off all day about this. But I'm on a high right now.
We just beat one of the best. I know they got a lot of injuries and they had to travel to London, but we just beat one of the best teams in the league. Probably a lot of people had them at 1 in the league right now, 2 behind the Niners.
The Bills, this is the crazy thing about the NFL. The Bills have been averaging 40 points they've averaged 40 points in the last 3 games. All of a sudden they travel to London. They play the Jags, who have played them pretty well in their history. 9-9 before this game. Now we have the lead in the series, 10-9. And they put up 7 points in the first half. How does that happen?
They had 13 in the fourth, late in the fourth quarter. I think they were the ones with 14. But I think our defense played. They had that 1 40-second drive, which obviously helped. But I think we did so good against that offense. I'm so proud of the defense. Minus pass rush. Imagine if we had pass rush this year. That secondary would be eating even more so.
Montgomery.
I love having.
Let's go. Sorry, guys. We're watching Red Zone right now. We got fantasy players. I took him in prize picks for touchdown, so that's check. Diggs scored though, so that's a loss. Never mind.
Bills fans are so upset in the chat.
But
sorry, Bills fans.
Sorry, we're getting distracted right now because the stream ran into Red Zone. But Bills fans, if you're in the chat, I understand why you're mad. You guys just watched 3 straight weeks of putting up 25 plus points. And then you play the Jags, who notoriously have
we own you
a history of being clowned and made fun of, and it's the Jags, we should beat them, and you're upset, and I get it, and it's okay, but we own you.
It's a new Jags though.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, can you take a marker to the schedule over there?
Yes. Let me just say this one last thing. Bills fans, we beat you 9-3 with Urban Meyer as our coach. So I don't know what you wanted or what you expected from this game, but Jaguars own you. We have the same record now, and I hope to see you in the playoffs so we can do it again, boy. Do it again. Well, we got a schedule on the wall over here over my right shoulder, and I'm going to go put a W next to Buffalo. Buffalo fans. Comment your anger, please. We would love to hear it, and I'll drink your tears a little later. Give me this dub.
Right there.
I just put a picture of Trevor Lawrence. He's got that Jaguar in him. He has such a good game today. Derrick Henry throw. They love doing that. Nope, out of bounds. Thinking about this for the rest of the day. This must be the cow.
Oh, man.
That 3rd and 4, so clutch with a free blitzer. Holy moly. What's better, Herbert's or Trevor's right there?
I thought Herbert's.
Herbert's completely iced the game.
Yeah.
But this one, like free rusher. Oh, my gosh.
In the moment.
I'm so glad I got one of those. Because remember what I said in the podcast? I was like, I haven't seen something like that from Trevor.
Yeah.
And he does it. The very next game.
I will say Herbert's just because it did like in the game, and there was so much more game after that throw, but it was a huge throw to set up ETN for that touchdown. But it was a special moment in the game for sure. But if we're comparing plays, I think Herbert gets it just because his was much deeper, and he was hurt. Yeah, but Trevor and Calvin had an amazing day.
I'm so happy for Calvin.
I hope they can build off this, keep that momentum going. Calvin really been a little.
We own the Colts in Jacksonville.
He been a little sleepy lately. We do own the Colts.
We have a great chance to go 4-2.
Yeah, we do. Like we. Who
do the Chiefs play this week? I'm
Vikings.
I'm thinking about
Vikings.
Oh, okay. They have a chance. That's not crazy.
That's not an easy win.
That wouldn't be crazy for them to win.
No.
For the Vikings to win. So I'm thinking 1st seed now. Thank goodness we now have a tiebreaker over the Bills if we get to January.
I get it. I just like to focus on who we're playing because we don't know how this league's going to pan out. As long as we can keep focusing on winning our games, the rest don't matter. Like beating the Bills was amazing. Beating the Colts next week at home, another division game, going 2-0 against a division rival and another conference opponent. That's what I'm focused on next. But this win, I'm going to take this all week. This is going to make my week amazing. I'm wearing Jags merch all week. I didn't do that last week because it was the Falcons and I knew what was ahead. But this game, put my hands up. It's above me now.
I need a new fantasy point check. Let me see what Ridley got.
Oh, God.
That's a good stat line.
I'm playing against him. I don't want to hear it. 26. Oh, God. No way. Without
20. Oh, but still a great stat line.
20.
So clutch catches, 122 yards, 14 rushing yards.
Man, guys, I'm playing against Calvin, Puka, and AJ Brown this week.
Puka's gonna be soft this week.
I hope he's soft this week. Man, what else can I say about this game, man?
I know like more storyline narratives will be made as the day goes on, as the week goes on. But I think we did a good job pouring our heart out.
The
vodka out.
Other than the Josh Allen penalty on the sack, he should have had another one, but he was held on it. So that would have been a sack. But the pass rush every single game. We are terrible in the trenches, and I feel like that's going to keep us in these close games every week unless we're playing like a terrible team like the Falcons were last week. Like Desmond Ridder was terrible. But I feel like our lack of pass rush and our lack of ability to protect Trevor long enough for him to make plays is going to keep us on this kind of roller coaster of emotions every game we play.
Great stat here about the defense.
Jags defense has allowed just 37 points combined to the Chiefs and Bills.
And it should have been less to the Bills.
Yeah, it definitely should have. They went on a tear late because
we were
the offense was giving it back. Was that ETN celebration?
Yeah, that ETN celebration was great.
I feel like I always miss the celebration.
Oh, you know what? Let's just see what this. We should do this every week. Let's just see what is in the Bills mentions after they tweet their final score.
Final from London. Let's see how many refs. Allen
Jr. That's amazing.
That's our Jags fan.
I got to retweet that.
That's the guy who does graphics for us.
Yeah. Smile at your pain. Your team just lost. Boring. Hey. Play calling was trash. Defense played their hearts out. Really? I mean, yeah, the turnovers were but like Trevor kind of owned y'all.
Don't look up, Andy.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. Aiden Hutchinson just got a turnover.
Yeah, I think it was a recovered fumble.
Imagine him on this defense right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Started Lions D in fantasy.
This is just inaccurate. The refs. This is just inaccurate here.
Oh, oh my God. One-handed interception from Aiden Hutchinson. Sorry, this is a Jag stream, but the Aiden Trayvon debate is never going to go away. I'm sorry, guys.
Until it's like
right to him.
Oh, that's
chill.
Crazy.
Temper that.
Sorry. All right, everybody. Appreciate y'all joining us. We're going to head out. Got
no baby.
7 hours of commercial-free football to enjoy.
Yes, sir. Jags got the dub. It was sometimes it was pretty, but it had its ugly moments. But we're out of here. Jags are 3-2. Big AFC W today. Next week we play the Colts. Another one. And we try to go 2-0 against a division opponent. So until next week, we'll see y'all. This has been
Journal Bleacher Report.